Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is your daily go getterism number 600, number 868. There we go. For February 17, 2017. Feb 7, 217. Cool. Tonight I want to talk to y'all about that forgotten rotten feeling. That forgotten rotten feeling. And basically what we're talking about is, you know how you was cool with somebody, y'all used to be kicking it. Y'all was either crew or, that was your man or that was your woman, and, everything was lovely. It could have just been like a really, really good friend. It could have been like a lover that wasn't exactly a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever. But the bottom line is y'all separated for whatever reason. And y'all probably separated for a good reason. Like maybe you couldn't get along. Y'all couldn't see things eye to eye, and maybe some of y'all discussions or arguments or whatever disagreements, it didn't go over right. So maybe you had put up with that for a good while, and after a while it just really started to rattle your cage and you got sick of it. So y'all separated, decided to go your own separate ways, and left each other alone in whatever capacity that y'all were together before. And maybe you're the type of person that wished them well. So anyway, time passes, and you know how they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. So if you're a positive person, when you separate from somebody, more than likely you have nothing but good things to say in their absence. The thing is, sometimes you can forget why y'all separated in the first place. You may remember that it was like a disagreement or whatever, but maybe from what you remember, it wasn't all that deep. So you give the person another chance, and it doesn't have to be a situation where they came to you asking for another chance. Y'all could have just seen each other out on the street or at a function, at a party, whatever, get together, whatever. You see them, y'all make sure that y'all numbers are still the same, or y'all exchange new numbers or whatever, and you start trying to kick it with them again. And then you finally get reminded of how come you stopped hanging around them in the first place. Why you stopped kicking it with them in the first place. Why you decided to separate from them. Why you decided to break them off. Sever the ties between you and that person. And it doesn't always have to be a person. It could be a thing. It could be an organization. It could be a whole lot of things. You know what I mean? Sometimes people and things have an impact in our lives, and sometimes if that impact was strong, we may either forget about the good that they had done, or we may forget about the bad that they had done. But anyway, it's just like when you get with that old lover that you used to have, and you forgot why y'all broke up and everything, but you get reminded of it as soon as you get back with them. Because you realize that they still stuck in that same shit that they used to do. The same problems that y'all used to have, you're about to have them again. And you can get to asking yourself, why did I didn't sign up for this mess. Don't nobody want to get into this crazy situation again. I left those things alone when it was back then. So it happens like that. But what do you do when you get that rotten feeling that you had forgotten about? That feeling, it's hard to explain, but it's like the light bulb goes on in your mind, but it's a black light bulb. It's like, because when you turn on a black light, and you turn the lights off, and you see all of the lint, all of the if they have anything on their clothes that's not pristine, you're going to see all of that. That's what it's like when you get reminded of why you separated from somebody, even while they're right there in your presence. So they sit standing there or sitting there talking to you, and your mind is racing like, how do I get rid of this person again? How do I get them out of my life again? Things were on a smooth trail. Everything was, going smoothly. My blood pressure was right. My cholesterol was right. My heart rate was right. Everything was cool. Now they coming in here and they messing up my whole nervous system. I can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. And you don't have to deal with it. You know, just because somebody wants to be with you don't mean that you have to be with them. Just because somebody wants to be your friend doesn't mean that you have to be their friend. Just because somebody has chosen to depend on you doesn't mean that you have to be dependable to them. Doesn't mean that you have to service them. And sometimes we get caught up in that. You know, like when you say you're gonna ride, you gotta ride. Well, you don't have to ride. You can pull back on the reins just like you thought that you should do. You don't want to put yourself in a position where your nerves are compromised. You don't want to put yourself in a position where your happiness, your contentment, your satisfaction is all thrown under the bus and compromised because you're dealing with a situation with people or a person that won't allow you to chill, that won't allow you to relax, that won't allow you to be okay. You know, these are the ripples. You don't want that. You kind of want this, maybe this. But for the most part, you want to stay on the straight and narrow. And we can do that. Like I said, you do not have to be friends with somebody just because they want to be friends with you. You don't have to be lovers with somebody just because they want to be lovers with you. You don't have to be ace boom coon right hand man. You the only one that can relate to me, and you know you're the only one who be representing and helping me out. You don't have to be those things if you don't want to. You have the right to say no. You have the right to say no. And there's a time and a place for no. Y'all know what it is. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, when it comes to somebody reminding you of why you stopped messing with them, when you get that old rotten, forgotten feeling or that forgotten, rotten feeling, remember that your life is in your hand and you're in total control. Doesn't mean that you won't give somebody else control over your life. But you have the control to let somebody else have control over you. And I think that we should take our opportunities to make sure that we represent that. Alright? The Daily Go Getimism show is every single day, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The call-in number is 319-527-6199. And that's on blogtalkradio.com/Sun752. Peace.